While children are now being taken away from their parents at the border as families seek refuge here in the United States, Ivanka Trump thought it would be a good idea to tweet out a picture of herself holding her son. And she did get a little bit of backlash for this photo. Now that's her 2-year-old son, Theodore. It's a very sweet photo. But when you put it in the context of what's happening to migrant families here in the United States and how children are being detained by the federal government, you can understand why so many people were outraged at that photo. It showed a complete disconnect to the pain and suffering that a lot of individuals are facing right now. So just to give you some more background on that, recently Jeff Sessions, the Attorney General in the Trump administration, said the following: if you are smuggling a child, then we will prosecute you, and that child will be separated from you as required by law. Now again, let me just emphasize that there is no law indicating that children need to be separated from their parents as they seek refuge here in the US. But nonetheless, this is a Trump-era policy that is being followed by Border Patrol. Children are being taken away from their families and they are being detained here in the US. Now, in response to Ivanka Trump's photo and tweet, there was criticism, including this one tweet from Patton Oswalt that said the following: isn't it just the best to snuggle your little one, knowing exactly where they are, safe in your arms? It's the best, right, Ivanka, right? And Joy Reid also had some criticism for her, saying you'd almost never know her father's administration, to which she's an advisor, was brutally separating migrant children from their asylum-seeking parents. Okay, so Ivanka Trump did respond to the trolls by, they're not trolls, responded to the critics by calling them trolls. She said, focus on what is before you and what you can control and ignore the trolls. Have a great week.
So look, I was actually a little bit torn on the Ivanka story until she did that response. Because look, she put out a picture of her and her kid and probably didn't see this coming at all, right? And she's like, wait, that's my kid, and we was just trying to put out a pleasant picture, and then all of a sudden I got a 2x4 over my head about immigration policy. So why did her tweet put me back in the other camp? Focus on what is before you and on what you can control. But wait, you're part of the Trump administration, and you keep bragging about how you're a moderating influence. And so where's the moderation? Where's the influence? So you could say, hey, Dad, look at this. Isn't this great? This is your grandkid, and I'm having a lovely moment. Maybe we shouldn't separate these kind of kids from their parents when they cross the border. Here, I'll be a moderating influence. So you actually can control that. You're choosing not to. So that's why her response made me think, okay, well, now you got it coming.
You can't position yourself as someone who is part of the Trump administration, who is trying to empower women, when you are complicit in the Trump administration, ripping children away from mothers as they come to the US seeking refuge. There is a ton of crime in some of these Central American countries. They're not coming here and leaving everything they've known to cause problems. They're trying to run away from the violence in their own countries, which, by the way, is perpetuated by US policy. Anyway, look, I agree with you in that she probably didn't see it coming. I would be very hesitant to share photos of my children and my family if I were part of any administration, because there are a lot of scary people out there. I'm just keeping it real. But at the same time, she needs to be aware of what's really happening under her father's leadership. And if she is aware, she can't go around talking about how she's like this empowering figure for women.
Yeah, that's the hypocrisy that bothers me, because it's a lovely shot with her kid, bless their hearts. But that doesn't, but then if you say, I don't care about other moms with their kids, and that's actually the law that my dad passed and I am enabling to rip them apart so they can't have lovely pictures like this, well, that's the issue. And then she quoted Marcus Aurelius, which really bothered me because it's one of my favorite thinkers. He said, if thou workest at what is before thee, following the right reasons seriously, vigorously, calmly, without allowing anything to distract thee, if thou holdest this, accept nothing, fearing nothing, but satisfied with thy present activity according to nature, thou wilt live happy. Now, first of all, look, Ivanka, we get it, you live happy, right? You've got a lot of money, by hook or by crook, look at the latest Chinese deal you made. Okay, and but that's not the issue. Like, she makes it sound like, I will not allow you to impinge upon my happiness. We're not worried about your happiness. We're worried about other people's happiness.
I actually think it's worse than that, because she, again, is positioning herself as someone who's doing incredibly important work. And she believes in that work. And she will fight back against the naysayers and make, all of these lofty goals come to fruition. That's the way that it read to me. And it's insulting, because what have you done to help benefit the American people? You've done quite a bit to benefit yourself and your businesses, especially with those deals that you just made in China, the trademarking deals that you just made in China. But other than that, what have you done? You have not been a mitigating factor within the Trump administration. You have done nothing but sit there and remain complicit as Trump passes policy after policy, executive action after executive action that does nothing but hurt the very people that you claim you're trying to help.
And finally, she forgot Marcus Aurelius' other favorite quote: "If thou ignores legitimate points made about thine hypocrisy, thine will not have to worry about thou's pretty little mind." I'm sure Marcus Aurelius said that exactly. Anyway, in the postgame, I'll tell you guys how Marcus Aurelius affected my life and my kids. Ooh, interesting. tyt.com/join. 2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below, then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.